Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna. So we'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanajana Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo O Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanade Swamiti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatadishtarne. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Happy Wednesday. So, in our previous sessions, we completed 6 chapters, and from today on, we'll enter into a new realm, new section, that is Bhakti Yoga. So this chapter 7, is titled Gnana Vijnana Yoga, knowledge of absolute. Gnana means knowledge. Vijnana means realized knowledge or superior knowledge. About what? About the Supreme Lord Himself. So as we start this chapter, today in our session, we will go through the high-level overview of Bhagavad Gita and also a high-level overview of all the chapters, 6 chapters covered so far. I know Bhagavad Gita is always, anytime we hear Bhagavad Gita, it's always new. It's always new, many things to learn. So frequent revision of Bhagavad Gita is needed. So every time we complete a chapter or a section, we go through all the things what we have covered so far. So in this session, I'll go over everything what we have covered so far. In case of new participants, you'll hear new thing. For existing participants, it's a good revision. And more we hear, more it sticks with us, it stays with us. Okay, so with that, I'll get started. So we look at the yoga ladder. And let me mute. Okay, so we'll start with this yoga ladder. This is the Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell. Krishna is elevating our consciousness, slowly elevating the consciousness of Arjuna and also the consciousness of everyone. Krishna is taking from the, Krishna has taught various yogic principles, yoga practices. Think of it like a building, okay? There's a big building with different levels or different floors, right? So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is also, we can see different levels, different floors, right? So the level 0 here, Krishna talks about in different chapters also. So the level 0 is considered animalistic life, okay? So in the whole universe, there are 8.4 million species of life. 8.4 million species of life. There are, if you see a specific species like a dog is a species, right? The dog could grow horizontally or the dog could grow vertically or any kind of dogs, any kind of breed. There are many varieties of dogs, but it is still considered dog. It is one species only. If you see a cat, there are many varieties of cat, various species of cat. It is still considered one species only. Many wide varieties of cats, it's still considered one species only. Like a cow, tiger, ants, mosquitoes, many species. It's all different species. But there is one species, there's one species which is uniquely different from any of the species. That species is human life, human body. So we are uniquely different and superior to all other species as per scriptures. If you see the commonality or the similarities between human life and all other species, it is four things. It's just four things, similarities. That is eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Eating, we eat food, we cook and eat food. Animal species also, they eat food. Sleeping, we take rest. Animal species also take rest. Mating, reproducing children. We reproduce children, humans reproduce children, animals also do that. Defending, we protect ourselves financially or physically. Animals also do that. Physically, they defend with what are the weapons they have. God-given weapons, nails or teeth. These are the similarities, but almost human species, all other species work in a similar way, function in a similar way. Then what makes this species uniquely different is dharma. Dharmashtu sakshat bhagavat pranito dharmena hena pashabhi samana. It is said in our scriptures, if a person, what makes us uniquely different from other species is dharma, following dharma, rules and regulations, code of conduct. If a person, human species, is not following the code of conduct or not living a way of life as given in the scriptures or a righteous life, he is considered one among the animal species. I'm not saying this not to offend anyone. This is said in the scriptures. So in the scriptures, Vedas and Upanishads and various scriptures, those details are given in the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. And Krishna also talks about in the 3rd chapter. So in case of level 0, animal species, they are programmed to live in a certain way, eat certain food, but we are not programmed. We have a free will and we are given a choice. Make the best choice and live a best life following dharma. Okay, that means dharma means righteous life. Artha, we have these 3 goals of life: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Right? Dharma means following a regulated life, righteous life. Artha, earning money or earning any possessions in a righteous way, dharmic way. Kama is enjoying through senses, accumulating money, accumulating clothes or anything, fulfilling the desires. It is also part of life. There is nothing wrong in doing that. This is the code of conduct. One has to live in this way, following the dharma or the kama. So that's still considered level 1, because the human life is not only meant for dharma or the kama, it is also meant for moksha, liberation. So that is how we are uniquely different from other species, all other species. In animal species, there is no choice of liberation. Their goal is to live in a certain way and die and take another body. But human life comes with a responsibility. The responsibility is Brahma Jignasa, like to inquire about ourselves, to inquire about the God, and work towards liberation. That makes us uniquely different from all other species, all other human beings. If you are following our dharma and living a dharmic life, it is said in Gita or scriptures, we will earn good credits, good karma. Because of good karma, we will be given good facilities in this lifetime or next lifetime, in this planet or next planet. All the facilities will be given, provided we are following the dharma, proper rules and regulations as given in the scriptures. And one can continue going into this cycle, or they can work towards breaking the cycle of birth and death. That's where comes yoga. Krishna teaches yoga. So Krishna teaches various practices of yoga to elevate our consciousness from the lower consciousness to higher consciousness and working towards liberation and attaining the Supreme Lord. Okay. So Krishna teaches karma yoga. Karma means action, and the yoga means a way, a path, or art of working, work in a certain way. So that will elevate our consciousness. We'll look at it in a minute. And Krishna teaches karma yoga, gnana yoga, dhyana yoga. This is all covered up to dhyana yoga. This is all covered in the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And from now on, from chapter 7 onwards, Krishna talks about everything about himself. Boasting about himself. Hmm? Who can glorify God? Who can speak about the God? Only God can speak about the God. A devotees also can speak about the God, but when the God speak about himself, God has a desire. He wants us to connect to him. Okay. So Krishna talks about the bhakti, the process of bhakti, and attaining the Supreme Lord by the process of bhakti in the Bhakti Yoga chapters. Okay. So speaking about bhakti, is bhakti new to us? Is bhakti new to us? No. We have this bhakti. Bhakti means intense love, right? Intense love. A child, when takes birth, the baby, months old, days old baby, the baby also has love, affinity towards his mother. When the baby takes birth, the mother also has love, unconditional love towards his son or daughter. It is intrinsic, it is inherent. It is inherent and intrinsic in our nature, in Atma. We love. But being in this material world, not just love people, but we love things. Things. I want this. I want, only I want. I want more of this. And we get trapped. So the love is not new. Love exists in our system, in us. But the love, when directed towards material things, we will be bound. But the same love, when directed towards the Supreme Lord, is bhakti, devotion. That love would cleanse our entire consciousness, clear our sins, and that love towards the Supreme Lord help us, propel us towards the Supreme Lord and attain liberation. So the bhakti or the love is not new to us. It is about shifting our consciousness towards the Supreme Lord. Okay, again, I'll speak about this. It's high level overview of all the entire chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So in the first 6 chapters, Krishna talks about Karma Yoga, an art of working. Karma means action. Yoga means a path or a way to attain the Supreme Lord. In this world, when we work, we get trapped by the so-called ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara means I-ness, and mamakara means possessiveness. I want more. I want more. Only I want more. Nobody should get it. Right? So those kind of things. And by such working, we develop our negativity, lust, greed, anger, and intense hankering for material things. So Krishna teaches us, you live in this world, you work in this world, you don't have to renounce this world. You continue your job, whatever the job profile you have, you continue that. But you do with proper mindset, proper consciousness, then you can purify your mind, purify your consciousness. All the negativity in the mind or consciousness will naturally go away. You don't. Hmm? So one has to work with 3 things in the mind. How one has to work like a yogi, one has to work with 3 things in mind. Otherwise, we'll be called as karmis only. There is a difference between karmi and karma yogi. A karmi is the one who works for himself and his own pleasure. There is nothing wrong in that. It is good. But the karma itself will create a new reaction. To avoid the reaction to that action, one has to work like a yogi. How to work? These are the 3 things in one should have in mind. One should do as a selfless any action, taking care of family, working to earn money, or any action we do as a selfless service to the Lord for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay, without expectation of a result, not to be result oriented, but work oriented. We can fully focus on the work and we are not disturbed by the result. Result could come in our favor or not. We have no idea. We have no control. But karmaniyevadhikarasya, we have the right to perform our duty. And Krishna also adds one more thing. Do not get attached to the result. One might say, if I am working, why should I not get attached to the result? Right? If the success comes, we might get elated. Oh, this is because of me. I'm the one who did it. It because of me alone. We'll be super elated when the things come in our favor. But when the failures happen, it happens with everybody, right? Not every action or endeavor is a success. When the failure happens, we will be totally dejected. So Krishna is saying, don't think you are the only doer. You attribute or offer to the Supreme Lord. Offer it to the Supreme Lord. Consider when you get the success, consider it's because of the Supreme Lord. When you get failure, consider it's also God's plan and stay neutral. You will be undisturbed. So this is a principle, it's a wonderful principle Krishna is teaching. We can apply in our daily life. It's very much practical. When you put in practice, you'll realize the greatness of the Karma Yoga Krishna is teaching us. So by the continuous practice of Karma Yoga, one attains purification of the mind, comes out of I and my zone, right? And thinks more towards higher reality, that is the Supreme Lord. So that's where Krishna teaches the Bhakti Yoga section. Bhakti means love and devotion towards the Supreme Lord. By fixing the mind unto the Supreme Lord, by meditating on the Supreme Lord, Krishna teaches Manmana Bhava Madbhaktyo Madhyaji Mam Namaskar. Always think about me, always meditate on me, you can attain me. Bhaktya Swananasakyab Ahameva Vido Arjuna. You can know me only by bhakti alone, no other way. No other way you can learn me. By bhakti alone, you can know me. Okay? And in the last section of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches various subject matters in detail, about the soul, the Prakriti. Krishna goes the details into this Prakriti and the super soul, Paramatma, and various things. And finally, towards the end, Krishna concludes by saying, "You always meditate on me, Manmana Bhamad Bhakta, and you can attain me." And Arjuna is ready to do that. But he was quite worried about his past life sins, and he was worried about his inability to perform this yoga Krishna is teaching. Then Krishna says, "You just surrender unto me." Just like a child surrenders to father, it becomes father's responsibility to take care of the child. Right? So when we surrender to the Supreme Lord, it becomes Supreme Lord responsibility to deliver us and take us towards the Supreme Lord. That is the Sharanagati Krishna teaches in 18.66 verse. Okay, that is a high level overview of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll try to repeat that while we are hearing or learning Bhagavad Gita. The essence of Bhagavad Gita should not be forgotten. So that is the reason we give the essence of Bhagavad Gita every time. Okay, and I'll give you a high level overview again of the first 6 chapters. I know this session is gonna be content heavy. There's so much to take today, but try to take as much as possible. I know most of us have attended previous sessions, so it's easy for you all. But for a new participants, um, it's a new thing to hear. I'll quickly cover. I'll see how much I can cover. Yeah. So in the first chapter, which is titled Arjuna Vishada Yoga, it is the setting the stage of Bhagavad Gita, all the Mahabharata. So all the Pandavas and Kauravas, they assemble to fight, and looking at the opposite armies, our Arjuna was totally grief stricken, and he was apprehensive about his duty. And he gives various reasons why he doesn't want to fight. And one of the biggest reason is about uh, the bodies. When Arjuna kills the opposite armies, Arjuna thought they will die forever. Their existence will be gone forever. And he also gives various reasons. He will get sin. What happens to my family traditions? And he'll give various 5 reasons he'll give. And Krishna starts speaking from the second chapter onwards. From the second chapter onwards. So Krishna here try to remove all the misunderstanding of Arjuna, and addresses the concerns of Arjuna. He starts by saying Atma Gnana, knowledge about the soul. Arjuna, don't think by you killing, their existence will be gone forever. They are Atma, they are soul. What dies, what goes is the body alone, not the soul. Soul is eternal. Soul is eternal. Soul changes the bodies, just like how we changes the dress. Soul also changes the dress. The dress is a body. So just like we wear a shirt for some time, when the shirt is totally worn out, we throw that away and buy a new shirt. When we use a car for some time, when the car is, some people drive the car for longer time, I'm not saying about that, but when the car is not fit to drive anymore, we throw that car away. I'm done with this car. I did. And we buy a new car, brand new car. So similarly, Krishna is saying the soul attains a brand new, fresh body, and starts from the scratch. Whether it is human body or animal body, any body, doesn't matter. Soul gets a brand new, fresh body. So, by such saying, Krishna addresses the Arjuna's concern that what dies or what goes away is the body alone, not the soul. The people whom you think you are killing, everybody will get a brand new, fresh body. Don't worry about that. Huh? In case of Arjuna, killing is his duty. Killing is his duty, dharma. So Krishna is saying, you follow your dharma, you do your duty with a proper mindset, then you will not be tainted by any karmic reaction. You will not be tainted by any sin, provided you have to work with proper mindset. That is called Buddhi Yoga. Krishna teaches Buddhi Yoga in the second chapter. You do as a selfless service, do a selfless action without expectation of result. Basically, Karma Yoga principle. You work as a Karma Yogi, then your action will not produce any reaction and you will not tainted by any sin. By such working, eventually, not overnight. We want everything overnight. But Krishna is saying, by such working like a Karma Yogi, eventually your mind is purified, your consciousness is purified. You can come to the stage of a Gnani, Gnana Yogi. And Krishna is saying, don't think your work to be a cheap activity. Work itself, whatever the job profile you have, the same work itself will elevate you to liberation. You do your duty with proper mindset. Prescribed duty. Everybody's prescribed duty is different. So Krishna is saying you do your prescribed duty with proper mindset, proper consciousness. You can come to the stage of a self-realized soul. And Arjuna, after hearing, he wanted to know, but he was quite curious. Krishna, tell me about that self-realized soul. I want to know about that self-realized soul or a gnani. What he does, how he walks, how he lives in this world. And Krishna teaches that person, a yogi, at the stage of self-realization, he sees everybody equally. He doesn't discriminate people. He sees everybody as Atma. And Sukha and Dukkha is neutral to success or failure, happiness or distress. And likewise, he talks many things about this Gnani Yogi. After hearing this, that completes the second chapter. After hearing this, in the third chapter, Arjuna asks a question. Wonderful, Krishna. Thank you. If my goal is to attain self-realization, why are you engaging me in this fighting? Ghastly warfare. Arjuna says, why are you engaging me in this ghastly warfare? I will go to forest and meditate and work on self-realization. Why are you engaging me in this war? Then Krishna teaches about importance of working. This is all Karma Yoga section, importance of work. So Krishna says, Arjuna, inaction is unnatural. Everybody has to work. A sannyasi or a yogi who is going to the forest, he still has to work. He has to brush his teeth. He has to take bath. He has to uh, cleanse himself. Otherwise, the body smells. We cannot even meditate. It is hard. Right? So, whatever the job Krishna is saying, to renounce or go to forest, you have to purify your mind. Don't artificially take the path of renunciation. It's a very important point. Don't artificially take the path of renunciation unless you have purity in mind. How one get purity in mind? By practicing Karma Yoga. And Krishna is saying, if you take the path of sannyasi, renouncing the world, without proper purification of mind, you are called a mithyachari, pretender. You cannot progress anything. You will fall down, guaranteed. And Krishna says, so you continue to work, you work like a karma yogi. How to work like that? Yajna adat karmano yatra lokayam karma bandhara. You work as a offering to me, as a selfless service to me, keeping me in your mind. You work like that. If you cannot work like that, no problem. You continue work like a karma kandi. That is working according to the scriptures. Taking care of family, work, just doing for the sake of doing. Right? You work like a karma kandi. There are so many things also in the karma kanda section we discussed in our previous sessions. And Krishna says, I created this entire system just for this purpose, for you to gradually elevate your consciousness. And if you cannot work like a karma yogi, you just continue to work like a karma kandi, dutifully do your duties, and you can slowly elevate your consciousness. That is still there. Okay. And Krishna again says, even if you think you are qualified to be a self-realized soul, you still have to continue to work. You set an example. Janaka, Krishna gives example like Janaka. Janaka was a great king. He had everything, all the possessions, everything. He was called a great karma yogi by the Supreme Lord. He had everything, but he was untouched by material things. Right? So Krishna is saying, you set an example. Even if you think you are qualified for a self-realized soul, you continue to work, and you set an example for normal people. And Krishna further said, when you follow my teachings, when you follow my instructions, you can elevate yourself. And in this path of self-realization, raga and dvesha, like attachment and hatredness, are the biggest obstacles. Okay. And after hearing all this, Arjuna understood he has to practice karma yoga and he has to follow rules and regulations. Whatever the teachings so far Krishna had taught, Arjuna wants to follow. But he asks a question. This question is, everybody has this, right? This question. The question is, Krishna, I want to follow, but there is a force. There is a force which pulls me towards other side, doesn't allow me to follow whatever you are teaching. What is that force? Krishna says that force is lust. Lust is a intense hankering for material sense enjoyment. The lust is intensified. The desire is intensified by continuous meditation, thinking about the same thing again and again. When the desire is intensified, the hankering develops, that becomes a lust. It is because of that we cannot take the path Krishna is teaching us. That is what Krishna has said to Arjuna, not me. Okay, so that completes third chapter. And towards the end, Krishna says, okay, you can conquer the lust. Okay, lust is the one which is an obstacle. The intense hankering is the one which is obstacle to your progress of self-realization. But you can conquer it. There is a solution for you, Arjuna, that is control your mind and senses. Krishna doesn't go deep into that. Krishna talked about it in the 6th chapter, but he says, control your mind and senses. You can control your intense hankering. You can conquer your hankering. So that completes the 3rd chapter. And the 4th chapter, after hearing all these things from Krishna, Arjuna puts a intriguing face. By looking at Arjuna, Krishna says, Arjuna, this is not the first time I'm teaching this thing. I have taught this to many people in the past. Most recently, some X million years ago, like 1.6 million years ago, I taught to sun god and and the same knowledge has been uh, disseminated in the disciplic succession. And many people have practiced, but eventually the practitioners are gone. People are not practicing anymore. Right? So that is why I'm teaching you this again, because you are my friend and devotee. That's what Krishna says to Arjuna. Because of Bhakti, Bhakta and Saka. That's why I'm teaching you this. And Arjuna has a doubt. Really, Krishna, you were there millions of years ago. You have given this knowledge to sun god. How is that? How can I understand that? Krishna says, Arjuna, don't think I'm like you. So basically, Krishna is saying, you, Arjuna, you, and me, we both have appeared many times in this world. We were there in the past, we are present now, we will be there in the future also. But when I take birth, Krishna is saying, when Krishna takes birth, he doesn't take birth like us. Ajohi avyayatma, he is unborn, but he still takes birth. His birth is like appearance, he just manifests, right? He must manifest. So when he manifests, one might have a question, why you appear, Krishna? Do you have a job? If someone knocks our door and saying, looking at them, we say like, what do you need from me, right? so so one might have a doubt, or Krishna, Arjuna also has a doubt, what do you do, Krishna, when you come to this material world? What is your purpose? What is the reason? Then Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam dharmasya dhatatmanam srjamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So whenever and wherever there is a decline in dharma, an inclination or raise in adharma, to re-establish the dharma, Krishna descends. Krishna descends. When he descends as he is. Srujami Aham, as he is. However, the Lord in the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha planets, the same Lord with the same form, with the same qualities, he appear in this material world. And what is the purpose? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam. To annihilate the demons, to annihilate the miscreants and protect the devotees of the Lord. So God has a purpose when he appears. And Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam. If a person can clearly understand my divine appearance, why I appear, such a person will not take birth again. He will not cut the cake again. He doesn't have to celebrate his birthday party again, because such a person can attain liberation. Who? A person who clearly understands the appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord. Such a person will not have birth again. I think I need to finish off real quick. And Krishna says, So there are some people who are devoted and take shelter of the Supreme Lord. There are some people who do not. Right? So for them, I created this Chaturvarnya system. Hmm? And Krishna continues further, and he goes back to the Karma Yoga topic again. After speaking about Avatara Rahasya, why he appears, he goes back to the Karma Yoga, the third chapter. Right? And Krishna continues saying, Arjuna, this karma, akarma, vikarma, all these things are hard to understand. Now I will unravel. I'll explain it clearly. So he Krishna teaches about karma, akarma, vikarma. And Krishna also teaches various types of karma yoga. Before that, Krishna teaches this karma, karma, vikarma, and Krishna says, you practice karma yoga with proper mindset, with proper knowledge. The knowledge is like a fire. So just as like a fire burns away the wood into ashes, the mindset one should have while performing karma yoga, that knowledge is compared to a fire that can burn away the sin, that can burn away the sinful reactions. That is what's said in this fourth chapter. Okay. And Krishna also teaches various practices involved in karma yoga, like uh, worshipping, puja, daily puja activities, controlling the mind and senses, and pranayama, breathing exercises, all good activities. All these activities provided has to be done with proper mindset. So these are the karma yoga practices Krishna teaches. And Krishna says this glorifies this gnana, this knowledge is superior, and that will burn away your sin, and you can quickly progress on the path of liberation. And Krishna, Arjuna heard, like us, Arjuna heard all these four chapters. Krishna is giving no chance for Arjuna to run away. Krishna is saying again and again to Arjuna that you sit, you do your duty, continue your job profile. Don't leave your job profile. Okay. And the fifth chapter, Krishna says, Arjuna asks this question again that, okay, Krishna, I understood. I want to practice karma yoga. But can you also tell me the path of renunciation? Which one is superior? It looks like you're again and again saying that our purpose of life is to attain self-realization, but which path is superior? Can you tell me the path of renunciation or the path of action? Krishna says both are good. Both are good for self-realization. For you, in your case, you take up the path of karma yoga and you purify yourself, and again later you can think about karma yoga. Okay, don't think the karma yoga is a cheap activity, because when you work with proper consciousness, you are considered a sannyasi, a renunciate. This is a very, very important point in Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes we think only the renunciates, a person who renounces, he will not have karma. Krishna is saying, no, you can do your work with proper mindset, then you can burn your karma. You're called a sannyasi, nitya sannyasi. You don't have to renounce the work. While working, you are considered sannyasi. It's a beautiful thing Krishna says, nitya sannyasi. Provided you have to work like a yoga yukta. So when you work like that, Krishna gives an example, just as a lotus leaf. The lotus leaf lives in the water, but it is untouched by the water. Untouched by the water. The lotus leaf doesn't get spoiled by the water. Any normal leaves will get spoiled by the water, but lotus leaf doesn't get spoiled, even though it lives in the water. That is what Krishna is saying. Arjuna, you don't have to renounce. You just apply this karma yoga principle while working in this world, you can still remain unattached. You can remain in the material world just like a lotus leaf remains unattached, untainted. You can remain in this world and you can remain untainted by karma or sin. It's a very beautiful thing in the 5th chapter Krishna teaches. And Krishna also talks about 3 doers. So one might have a doubt. If I am doing the work, why can't I take the credit? Why should I give the credit to someone else? Or why should I give the credit or attribute it to the Supreme Lord? Why should I do that? If a person has that doubt, Krishna is saying, you are not the only doer. You are not the only doer in your body. Don't think you are the cause of everything in your life. There are various causes too. Okay. When you know the cause, then you'll get clear understanding why I need to work like a karma yogi. So the 3 causes Krishna says that soul is one cause, Atma, we are one cause. And the other cause is the Prakriti, material nature. And the superior cause is the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. He resides as Paramatma in the heart of every living entity. And he is the one who sanctions, who grants us, who propels us in a certain way. So how it works, how everything works? Jiva desires. Jiva means soul. Soul looking at things, material things, nice, attractive things in this world. Jiva desires, soul desires. I want this. I wish I had this. Right? The Prakriti, the Supreme Lord immediately sanctions. Yes, you can have it, no problem. Supreme Lord, God, plays a neutral role. When Jiva desires, God plays a neutral role and sanctions it, and by the supervision of the Supreme Lord, and also by this Prakriti, material nature, our desire is fulfilled. Our desire is fulfilled by the arrangement of Prakriti. We are propelled to move in a certain direction to fulfill our desires by nicely orchestrated by these 3 things. So Krishna, the point Krishna is making, don't think you are the cause. You attribute it to the Supreme Lord, who is the who is making sure everything is functioning. And by such selfless service to the Lord, you can remain unattached in this world. And Krishna is also saying, you fix your mind unto the Supreme Lord. Okay, unto the Supreme Lord. And in this process, there is the biggest obstacle is sense gratification. The humans naturally get attracted towards the material things, run behind happiness, run behind material things to gratify senses. So you need to control your mind and senses to fix, in order to for you to fix your mind. So for that you need to practice, or you can practice pranayama yoga. And Krishna teaches pranayama in detail. So that completes 5th chapter. And the 6th chapter, Krishna reiterates again that you have to continue working. You can be a Nitya Sannyasi. You don't have to renounce the work. And for attaining liberation, so you have 2 steps. One is Yoga Ruksh stage, that is a beginner stage and advanced stage. In the beginner stage, Krishna is saying you work like a karma yogi. You do your duties dutifully with proper mindset. Yoga Rudha stage, that is the stage of a purified stage. So that time one can think about renouncing the world. He can go, literally he can go to the forest and meditate because he's ready. And in this process, Krishna says the mind, the biggest obstacle, either you are beginning stage or advanced stage, whatever the stage, the biggest obstacle is mind. The mind is a friend and a mind is an enemy. A mind becomes friend when the mind is controlled, and the mind becomes an enemy when the mind is uncontrolled, attached to material things, allured by material things. Mind becomes uncontrolled. To control the mind and senses, Krishna is teaching the Ashtanga Yoga Dhyana, meditate. So for one to meditate, one has to have his body fit, physical fitness, and Krishna also teaches various practices, yama, niyama, and so and so. In short, like one has to have a regulated life. Do not eat too much, do not eat too little. Have a regulated life. Do not sleep too much, do not sleep too little. Do not work too much, do not work too little. So have a regulated life. Krishna is saying, have a regulated life. Then your body supports to meditate. You can sit and meditate. So you can fix your mind on the Atma, soul. Better than that, you can fix your mind on the Paramatma. By such continuous meditation, it takes months, years, lifetimes. By such continuous meditation, you can come to, you can visualize yourself. You can see yourself being an Atma, and you can see Paramatma. You can see the Supreme Lord everywhere. That is the highest stage. That is very rare. After hearing this, Arjuna expresses his inability to perform. Krishna, you are asking me to control mind and senses. I cannot do that. This is hard for me. I can control the wind. I have the weapons to control the wind, but I don't have a weapon to control mind. I'm poor. I'm very, very poor at controlling the mind. We should thank Arjuna for asking this question. We are, everybody is in the same stage. That's how we got Bhakti Yoga. Anyway, so Krishna says, Asamshaya Mahabaho, no doubt in it. Controlling mind is difficult, but you still have to control. Whether you practice Ashtanga Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or whether you practice Bhakti Yoga, you still have to control your mind. Practice and detachment, Abhyasa and Vairagya. You practice to control your mind. While controlling your mind, you also learn to detach. Detach from material things. Slowly, slowly, you can progress. After hearing this, Arjuna again asks question. So what is the destination of a person who initially, starts with great enthusiasm, but stops in between and leaves? Then Krishna says, no loss. Arjuna, do not worry. There is no loss in any spiritual endeavor. There is no loss in any spiritual practice. If you make little bit of advancement and you die, you'll get a heavenly planet, Swarga. You can nicely enjoy. If you have any remaining desires, you can fulfill there, and you will be put into a human body again. That is guaranteed. If you make little bit of spiritual progress, and you can continue from where you left off. Our spiritual progress, our mindset, consciousness carries from one body to another body, and we can continue from where we left off. And Krishna says, if you make real good advancement, 80%, 90% grades, and if you die, if you fail, no problem. Krishna is saying, I will give you the best life within few months, within few years, you can attain self-realization, but that is very rare. Very rare. And Arjuna thought, nothing is going to work for me. And looking at Arjuna, Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesham, of all the types of yoga, of all the type of practices, bhakti yoga. If a person is devoted to me, who practices bhakti yoga, devotional service unto me, such a person is superior. He can easily learn me, he can easily attain me. So that is all about first 6 chapters. If you have any question, you can think about it and put it in the chat. And we have 1 minute. I think I can complete this in 1 minute. Let's see. So we'll begin this chapter 7. not to be disappointed that we haven't started chapter 7. So I'll give an overview, as always, about the chapter 7. So we will be prepared in our mind what is coming. I know so much content today. Bear with me just today. Okay. So Krishna is saying, okay, Arjuna, I'm going to give you the best of all knowledge. Best of all knowledge. Listen attentively. Put your 100% focus on me. I will give you the best knowledge. What is that best knowledge? About the Supreme Lord. Krishna talks about he being the creator, maintainer, uh, he being all pervasive. He's like superior to Chit, Achit, like all the material things and all the soul, and he's a supreme being. And one might have a doubt. Okay, Krishna, if you are present everywhere, why can't I see you? Why can't I perceive you? Why can't I realize you? Krishna says, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya. It is because of my Maya, you cannot know me in full. Your 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 intelligence or your mindset is covered by this Maya. Your knowledge is covered by this Maya. It's like a curtain. It's not mosquito curtain. It is not a mosquito curtain, transparent curtain. No, it's a thick curtain, thick curtain. That curtain, who created it? It's we created it. We'll talk about it later. But it is God is covering us with this. Our original knowledge is covered by this Maya. We think we are this body. We don't realize that we are the Atma. We are covered. That covering is because of this Maya. And Krishna says a beautiful point. Who can remove this covering? The curtain, who can remove this? A person who surrenders unto me. Mameva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. If a person surrenders unto me, takes exclusive shelter of me, such a person can remove the curtain. For such a person, the curtain is removed and he can clearly understand and see and visualize the Supreme Lord. And Krishna further says, there are some people who do not come to or take the shelter of the Supreme Lord. There are, Krishna talks about 4 sets of people who go to the Supreme Lord, 4 sets of people who do not go to the Supreme Lord, who do not take shelter. Who are those people? It's a very, very beautiful section. Krishna talks about all those things. And Krishna says, there are some people who do not come to me, but they go to demigods. Why? Because they want to fulfill their material desires. They go to them and fulfill their desires, enjoy this life, and take birth again and again. But Krishna says, further says, but this Maya can be removed only if a person surrenders unto me, takes exclusive shelter of me. Such a person is superior person. Okay, so that is 7th chapter, and we'll look at, we'll start the first verse of this 7th chapter in our next session. I'll end the session here.